Hello my fellow crafters, welcome to my YouTube channel, welcome to Inspiration for Cards. Today I'm going to be making a retiform card again, but this time it's going to be a bit more elaborate. It's going to be this card. And as I said in the previous video, if you haven't seen it, I will link it in the description or somewhere here. I will put a link and you can watch that. That's quite basic. And this one is more elaborate. So without any further ado, let's go and make this retiform card. Have fun! Now to start with, I'm going to use the Tim Holtz watercolor paper. This is one of my favorites, especially for ink blending. And I'm going to put that on a 80 pounds, 260 grams black cardstock base. Now I've cut these both out using the Gina K Master Layouts 1 set. I absolutely love the Gina K Master Layouts, and you will be seeing a lot more of these throughout my videos, even later on in this video. Now for stamps, I'm using the Sizzix Hello Sunshine set, and I will be using the Hello Sunshine sentiment where I'm wiggling my thumb and this sun that's with my index finger. I'm also going to use the Tonic Studios Dainty Daisies and the Gina K Beautiful Butterfly set. Now I'm going to base all this on a card base that's a heavy cardstock one. Now with this I'm going to change my mind. I'm not going to use this particular ribbon. I'm going to change that later on. And I'm going to use these from the Gina K Master Layout set, these ovals, to cut out and put my sentiment on. Now for inks I'm using the Distress inks and I'm using two colors, Mustard Seed and Fossilized Amber, and the Versafine Black Onyx to stamp with. Now I don't know about you, but I always feel like I'm short one hand. And this next product I'm using is the Sizzix Sticky Grid, and that really is helpful because it helps me to keep the paper in place. Now I've reused this time after time, so it might seem like an expensive solution, but it's not, because you're reusing it all the time. Now using a scrap piece of paper, a finger dauber and the darkest color of yellow, the darkest shade of yellow I should say, I'm starting to blend in triangle shapes on my cardstock. Making sure I leave enough space to stamp in later on. Now it might not seem really blended here, but for some reason my lights are playing up. And we will fix that for the next one, but it really is a nice blend. So you create, by doing it like this, one hard line that is blended out towards the inside of the triangle. Now while I'm doing that, if you like what I'm doing here, please consider to subscribe to my channel and give it a like. And while you're at it, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the new future videos. Now I'm done making the shapes. I'm going to take my blending brush and the lighter color of yellow and blend all over the card to get a soft gradation of yellow and that it's a nice smooth background for my stamps in a minute. Now again, the lighting is playing up a bit, so it doesn't really look nice and blended, but yeah, it surely is. In the description bar I will also put a link to my blog, and on there you can find the full list of all the supplies that I've used with links to the suppliers. So I'm not making any money of that, it's just for your convenience that it's there. Now here you see the complete blended background. And you see me put back the protective sheets on the sticky grid, and that way I can reuse it time and time again. Now to make sure that that sentiment will blend in with the background, I'm using what's left on my blending brush to make sure it's nice and yellow as well, nice soft blend of color. Then I'm going to put my stamp on. Now here you see me thinking about where to put that sun, and I wasn't even sure I was going to use it. I will use it later on, but yeah, not sure where yet. Now here you see me use the mini Misti stamping platform, which is perfect because yeah, you never get it right the first time, at least I don't. So this makes sure that I can re-stamp in exactly the same place. So I inked it up using my Versafine Black Onyx, stamp it, and you see I wasn't happy with the results, so I could stamp again. I also have the Tim Holtz stamping platform, but that doesn't fit in the video frame, so that's why I'm using the mini Misti. Not sure yet which one I prefer. I like them both very much, but mini Misti is perfect for when I'm shooting videos. So now I'm happy with the results. I'm taking my stamp Shammy, cleaning that stamp so it's nice and clean and can be put away. And then I'm moving on to the sun. And I decided to use the sun in the end. I'm inking it up with a darker yellow and putting it right over the Hello Sunshine sentiment and giving it a pop of that brighter, darker yellow. Now I'm putting these together using my Scotch Advanced Tape Glider. This is a tape machine which is double-sided tape, but it's just very convenient and saves me from peeling off a lot of stuff. So yeah, one of my favorites. I'm putting them together, and here my sentiment is all done and ready to go on the front of the card. Now we have to finish the front of the card first, and now you will see me do a lot of stamping. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot of stamping. And you can use any stamps for this that you have in your stash. I'm choosing to use butterflies and foliage, but you can do anything. As you saw in the previous video that I did, with the same technique I used party stamps, wine and balloons, etc. And this one is with butterflies, etc. Now these are completely new stamps, so you saw me stamping them off on a scrap piece of paper a couple of times to make sure it's working well, and it still wasn't working well. So I've messed this one up a bit, but never mind, I will cover that up later on with a ribbon so you won't see anything of it, and it won't happen again. But that's why I like the stamping platform a lot, but for this technique it's a bit much to use that. Next I'm taking this flower and stamping that as well, and I will continue doing this throughout the whole card. I'm using post-it tapes to mask off any areas that I don't want to stamp with, and this is quite important because you need that clean, sharp edge. Now I will reuse these post-it notes time and time again because I don't want to make any waste, not more than necessary, so it's gonna look messier and messier throughout the video, but that's what it is. Okay, and here is the last stamp, the last butterfly on this card front. I'm cleaning off my stamp, trying to clean up a bit of my mess, and then I'm gonna heat set, make sure everything is nice and dry before I put on my ribbon. And this is where I'm thinking, no, this ribbon is not the right fit. I'm gonna grab another ribbon from my stash, and this is the one I'm gonna use. I think it's just more suitable for the card. And I will reuse the other ribbon in another video. It will not go to waste. So here I'm gluing it to the back, folding it around my card base, and making sure it's nice and secured and straight. Now I'm gonna attach my card front to the black card base. I really like to do that matting, and I like to do it on black. I like the contrast it gives, and I'm using the 3M Scotch tape foam here. This is really nice, thick, sturdy foam. It really sticks well. I don't have any nails, so I'm using a tool to take the protection off, and then I'm gonna stuck the two together. And next I'm taking my favorite glue, the Art Glitter glue. And I've tried a lot of glues, and a lot of them are really wet for some reason, and they warp my paper and they take forever to dry. Now, don't get me wrong, I like a bit of drying time because it gives me some wiggle room. I can reposition, make sure everything is straight, but it shouldn't take too long. Now this glitter glue, it dries quick and it isn't too wet. So that's why it's my favorite. So I'm using that to put my card on the white card base, and then I'm gonna attach the sentiment. Now when I attach the sentiment, I will put on some foam tape on the back first, take off the protection, and then I'm gonna do some glue on it. Now, why is that? Because that might seem double. Well, I'm doing that because it gives me time before I really commit to it, because I want to make sure it's positioned where I want it to be positioned, that it's straight, etc. So this gives me that I can put it on there without any pressure, wiggle it when needed, and then commit and press down. And here is my finished card. Now, I really like the results. It's nice, it's bright, and I really like this technique as well. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you the next time. Bye.